Hello everyone, JJ here from Breakthrough Mycology, and we are here to help you break through in your mushroom growing journey and also in your personal journey through the use of mushrooms. So I had a lot of people asking me in the Facebook group to explain what is the Shoebox method, or sometimes called the Shoebox tech. And so I thought it'd be a good thing to make a video on. Actually, is a really interesting topic because this is the way I grow all my mushrooms, and I think it's the best way. I think it's the easiest way. It has a lot of benefits, and so I'm gonna explain it to you now. Just an FYI, this won't be like a start to finish breakthrough of literally how to grow mushrooms from start to finish. I'm just gonna kind of explain to you what the Shoebox method is, so you kind of have an understanding of it, and then in later videos we are going to do step by step, and we're going to answer all your detailed questions about it. Okay, so what is the Shoebox method or the Shoebox tech? And by the way, a tech is just a method. It's just a certain way of doing things. There's a lot of different techs in the mushroom growing world. The Shoebox tech is one that is most common, and it's a really great one. So what it refers to is called Shoebox tech because it refers to these little plastic tote containers. Let me just get one out, show you what just one looks like. So here I have just one, okay? And this is a 6-quart little this is Sterlite brand. They make them in a lot of brands. These brand come from Walmart, but you can get them at any home store like Home Depot or Walmart, Target. Even the grocery store has them here. And the main thing is they're 6-quart. That's how big they are, size-wise. That's the volume measurement. And they if I'll just show you here a shoe. This is kind of grody looking old flip-flop of mine, but you can see it is just about the same size. So that's why they're called shoe boxes, okay? Now, what this is important because this is actually where you fruit your mushrooms. So this shoe box, we'll just call them shoe boxes from now on. This is your fruiting chamber. Okay, and a lot of methods or techs, they're named after the way they fruit or where you fruit them. So you've got shoe boxes, which are these. Then you have the monotub method, which is basically similar to this, but it's done in a very large, big storage container. Those are like the same size as what you would use for a still air box, or perhaps larger even. And then you have PF tech, which I highly do not recommend for beginner growers. Really for anyone for that matter. It's not a very good method. I'll make another video detailing specifically why PF tech is not a great method, but it's the most prone to contamination. I'll just tell you the short version. So back to our main subject, the Shoebox method. I'm just going to give you a short outline of the steps and help you have an understanding of it. So you're taking your spore syringe, or however you get your spores, and you're going to put them on your sterilized grain, and that will grow your mycelium. When you have an established mycelium, that's when the shoebox comes in. That takes a few weeks, but once you have that mycelium ready to go, you put some substrate in your shoebox, about an inch or two worth of thickness, and cocoa coir is what I use. I think it's the best. It's the easiest, and it's very cheap. And you have your hydrated substrate, and you just mix your mycelium in with it, and then you just slap the lid on it, and you just put it somewhere warm for a few weeks, and that's it. Your mushrooms fruit. you know, there's more details to it than that, you know, especially the part where you go from spores to mycelium. You have to be very careful there to not get contamination at that point. But once you have a well-established mycelium, it's very easy after that. And now I'm going to tell you about like why this method is great. Okay, first of all, it's very cheap. These storage totes at Walmart, you get them, they're bundled up. I have a separate video about how to find them. These things are like $10 for a 10-pack with lids. Okay, so just that right there, I mean, the economy of it is excellent. Second, these are very, they give you a mitigation against contamination. They help you have less risk of losing everything to contamination during the fruiting stage. And the reason for that is because you're mitigating your risk by having multiple containers. So for example, I could use one large monotub, or in that same amount of space, I can put 3 of these next to each other. And then, so, you know, if I were to have a contamination in just one box, it's not necessarily going to be in my other 2 boxes. So you're mitigating your risk of like not losing everything by having multiple smaller boxes. That's one great thing about it. It also helps you, you know, experiment more with different temperatures and placement locations because they're just so small. You know, you can slide them under the bed, you can put them in a drawer, in a maybe not a drawer, but like on top of the cabinet or even in the cabinet. You can put them in the closet, in the bathroom. There's like really just they're so mobile and handy. Because this thing, I mean, this thing's only like, and actually there's 2 here. I just realized that I have 2 of them stacked. I mean, you can see that just my hand here. I mean, this is like maybe 5 inches by, I don't know, 13 inches or 12 at the bottom. So they're very small. They're easy to hide. So if you're in a situation with your living situation where you might need to tuck them out of the way sometimes to not be seen, it's a hell of a lot easier when you have several small boxes than one giant one. Okay. Also, you know, it's easier to grow more, like if you want to experiment with different strains, you know, you can do 3 or 4 boxes again in the same space as like one monotub. And you know, another reason is that it's actually you can actually fruit and harvest way more mushrooms with these in a given area of space. Because let me see if I can slap some lids on these, and then I'm going to kind of show you what I mean. Bear with me here. I'll edit this out. Okay. So I'm just putting some lids on. Okay, so this might be hard to get a grasp on from this camera view here, but I could put 3 of these down on the floor side by side, and that's about the same width as the bottom of a large monotub. But then I can stack 3 more on top of those, and then I can stack 3 more on top of those. And that all fits in the same space footprint as one big monotub. So for the same volume of space, you're harvesting about 3 times as much mushrooms. So yeah, just to go back over it, it's cheaper, it's easier to protect against contamination. You have contamination risk by like diversifying your number of containers. They're easier to hide. They're easier to move around. You know, they're easier to clean, and you can grow a lot more mushrooms in the same space footprint of other methods. So that's what I have for you right now on the sort of the 20,000 foot overview of what the shoebox method is. Please, if you have any questions, you can just put them in the comments, or we do also have a Facebook group where I answer questions there and go into depth on stuff there. So if you want to join that and post a question there, I can answer it there, and that can be to the benefit of the other members as well. So I'll post a link to that below, like in the description. And if you want to join, that would be great to have you. So thanks, and I hope you got some value from this, and let me know just anything I can answer, or if there's any other questions or any other videos you might want to see. I'm just looking for new content topics to help people. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you next time.